Hello, my people. How are you doing? Hope you're doing great. Okay, so today I decided to have a sit down with you guys because it's been a while, and I also want to talk about this topic because so many people have been on my DM asking me about this particular issue. So, if you're new here, you're welcome to our community. My name is Tabi Emilia, and I talk about schooling in Finland. I also talk about immigration and anything that has to do with studying, residence permit, and immigration in general. Okay, so do well to subscribe, and for my people, you know how we do it. Please like this video, share with your friends. All right, thank you so much. So yeah, I want to talk about why you should or should not study in Finland, kind of like pros and cons of Finland to international students. I've talked about this in the with regards to internationals and immigrants in general, but now I want to talk about it from a student perspective. That's an international student. Okay, um, the first thing I want you to know is that being an international student in 2024 is not the same as being an international student in 2018 or 2019. I want to end there because after COVID, everything changed. So, with the implementation of fees, it wasn't that bad at first because students used to pay 1,000 euros per academic year, 800 euros per academic year, 1,800 euros, 2,000 euros per academic year for a bachelor program. So if you compare, I'm not talking about 2010, I'm talking about something that 2018, yeah, 2018, 2019, it was not this much. So just calculate it. So over 5 years, they've been this huge increase where you have students paying 11,000 euros for a bachelor program. So you can do the math. I'll take, for example, Savonia University. I had gone through the application process with someone. I think then I had not even started this channel. I started my channel 2021. I had not even started my channel and I applied to this person. That was 2019. Towards the end. And the fees was 1,800 euros for a bachelor's program in nursing. So I'm not talking about 10 years ago, because 10 years ago, Finland was tuition free. All right. I'm talking about just 5 years ago. So take, for example, 1,800 euros within 5 years. Now, in that same Savonia University, you are being asked to pay 9,700, almost 10,000 euros. So that's a huge increase. And there is a reason why. So why all this? The new government is one, I would say. It has played a very huge role when it comes to the challenges of international students, when it comes to money matters. All right. So then you could pay 2,000 euros for a bachelor program, and you just need to have your proof of funds, 6,720 euros. As I'm talking to you right now, this proof of funds is about to be increased. So things are not getting any better. Now, I'm only talking about the the negative side of it, all right, if you get me. So there's been an increase in fees, a huge one at that. Will I still advise someone to move to Finland as an international student? Like I always say on my channel, yes and no. Yes, in the sense that if you are single from a rich home, you have the money. That's what I'm trying to say. If you have the money, and if you move here, you can easily pay your fees. You will not be bothered about working, saving money, or people back home will not be calling you to send money, or as long as you didn't borrow the money and you have the money that will sustain you for the next 3 years of your studies or 2 years of your studies if you're coming for a master's program, then you are good to go. And some of you may be asking, all right, so how do I navigate the job market? That way you focus and study the Finnish language, because you study it in the university, it's compulsory, but you can also take other Finnish courses in the evenings or weekends. That way, you are not so much about working and saving money for your fees. So that's the, that's the kind of person that I will quickly I will say yes, move to Finland as an international student, because you don't have so much to worry about. But at the same time, even if you need to work and save money to pay your fees, as long as you are not under any, you know, any duress, like maybe you are owing money that you use in paying your first year fees and all the like, if you are facing that kind of situation, please, I won't advise you to move to Finland as an international student, because if you're paying 11,000 euros for your fees, there's no way you're gonna keep up with your studies, advance in your studies, and at the same time work to pay your fees, work to pay your house rent and other necessary things that you need. There is just no way, because how much are you working a week or a month? Even with the 3 months holidays, it means you have to pick up, like, work double jobs, 2 jobs or 3 jobs during the holidays. So it's a complex situation if you don't have enough financial resources. It is not easy. All right. So that's the disadvantage for international students. High fees is the first. The proof of funds, that one, I really don't see it like I like as a big deal, because even if they increase it, it's not as huge as compared to other countries. Okay. And the thing is the fees, that's the main thing, because the proof of funds has, like, it has always been there, but the fees is the main thing, is my main concern. So if you can provide your fees for at least 2 years, then you can say, all right, I can be doing my part-time job and saving money for my final year. And also you can take advantage of the Finnish scholarship, Finnish language scholarship, because most universities in Finland now offer scholarships for students who advance in their Finnish language. So you can also take advantage of that. But first, during the first year, you are supposed to pay your fees. You are supposed to make sure that you have enough money for your house rent and other necessary things that you everyday living. Okay. So now, the second disadvantage as an international student in Finland in 2024 is the job market. Like, it's so difficult. Like, it's getting more difficult to get a job in Finland. Much more difficult. All right. We have the Finnish language barrier, but I wish it was just a Finnish language barrier, because I know of so many immigrants who speak fluent Finnish and they're still looking for a job in their field, in their desired field, like what they study in the university. It's still difficult. So they have to do other jobs. So it's not just all about the Finnish language. It is, there's so much more. If you are from Africa, you know that school is not something we like going to school. So if you pick 10 Africans here in Finland, at least 8 of them has a bachelor's or master's degree. So it's not all about the level of education. That's what I've come to terms with. All right. Remember, I'm talking to you as an international student who moved to Finland 2014. That's almost like 10 years ago. I'm talking to you as someone who has studied here. I had my master's here, my teacher qualification here. I'm talking to you with someone that has, like, I've gone through some of these things, and I will tell you, it's just God. These things work. Sometimes they don't work. Yes. So it is just good for you to prepare your mind that Finland is difficult, but I'm gonna do my best and leave the rest for God. So it is not like you can't succeed. It is not like it's impossible to see someone in an office working in, like, having a good job, working in an office setting. There are immigrants, blacks, as like Africans, they are working with big companies, international companies, not easy. Okay, and you need to be ready for it. That's the only thing I can say. When you are ready for it, when you are informed about it, then you start navigating your way from the day you step in Finland, or even before you arrive Finland. That's why I'm saying this. That's the purpose of this video. Not to scare you, but to inform you and let you know how things are. Okay. So I've been talking a lot about the negative side. Let's go to the positive side. There are so many negatives, but I don't want to dwell on that. Moving to Finland as an international student who give you this this title of studying in a country with the best education system. I'm laughing because I said this to someone and she was like, is that now wait that job? Is that why I came here? I came here to also, but if you're someone who loves education, you want quality education, Finland is the best place to get that. And it will broaden your scope. It will broaden it truly. The way the teaching, methods in Finland helps you to discover your strength in your career field, and not just your career field, in different fields. See, for example, when I moved to Finland, my focus was I want to work in an NGO. I was all about humanitarian because I did my master's in humanities. Okay, so I was all about that. But when we were doing this group work and presentations, and then my supervisor and also my classmates started saying, wow, Tabi, you are so good with explaining things. There are some things I'll explain to the whole class and they'll be like, wow, do you know that I really I'm like, they were like, I understand you perfectly more than the lecturer. And then they started putting these things in my head. I think you should, after this, you should go to the vocational teacher school to get your qualification. And that was how I started nursing all this. And finally I went there and I got my certification. So the education system will challenge you and you will be able to see some of the strengths you didn't know you have, depending on your field and depending on the supervisor that you have and what your career prospects and everything. You can find strength. You can actually develop interest in different fields and different things that you never even thought of. Okay, so it is good to study here in Finland. For that, the education system is the best. As a matter of fact, that's why I'm still talking about Finland on this channel, because I love the education system. I've benefited from it, and I will encourage you to study here in Finland. The other thing I want to talk about when it comes to international students studying in Finland is that the Finnish universities are also recognized outside. So if you move here as an international student, you studied, and after 2 years, 3 years, it's difficult to pick up a job and you want to move to another country, then you don't have to bother about like going there and starting all over again. All right, because your degree from a university in Finland will be recognized in that country. So maybe when you get there, all you need to do is to do some courses and you're good to go. Finland has good air, seriously. It has it. You breathe in the good air and you'll be able to focus on your studies very well. Now, the standard of living is one thing I want to talk about. Of recent, I got to know about the standard of living. Like we're talking about standard of living, house rent, public transport, and the likes from another country in this Europe, and I'm like, what? Because in Finland, if you are studying in a city outside Helsinki with 250 euros or 300 euros, you can get an apartment, shared apartment. But if oh my god, there's this country and they are paying almost 700 euros for a student shared apartment. I was like, what? So student apartments are really affordable in Finland, and also the transportation is so affordable. You get the student discount when you're paying for it, and also the standard of living in general. Things have become expensive, but not as expensive like other countries that I know of. So you as an international student living alone, if you have 50 euros for groceries, when I talk about groceries, depending on what you eat, if you are not like into so much, all right, you can use like 50 euros for 2 weeks or 100 euros for a month. As an if you are living alone, it's possible. So the standard of living is not that high. When it comes to the phone bill, you can pay 20 euros per month for your phone bill, and then you can use that for your phone and every other thing. Okay, so the standard of living is not that huge. If you're also coming and you need some warm clothes, you need warm jackets as an international student, and you don't have enough money to buy brand new clothes, you can as well go to the second-hand shop. The second-hand shops here in Finland, they are not that bad. Okay, most of the things here, especially jackets, winter boots, gloves, scarf, and hats, you can get them under. You can get like gloves, hats. You can get them for 2 euros. Okay, you can get a jacket for 20 euros, a good jacket. All right. So it is not like it is not that that's bad, I would say, when it comes to standard of living, when it comes to paying the house rent, when it comes to transportation, it will be easy. So there's just so much to talk about Finland nowadays, but I don't want to keep this video, like I don't want it to be too long, and I don't want you to get like mixed up about things. So I'll be talking about this as we progress. But I just want you to know that the increase in fees, it is what is killing international students right now. The fees is too high. It is too high for international students to work part-time, study, and pay their fees. That's my biggest problem. That's the biggest challenge for international students. So is it okay for you to move to Finland as an international student? You can move if you have the money, but if you are struggling, you need to think twice. The job situation is not the best. It is not as if you just come and when I moved to Finland, it was so easy to pick up clean. I was picking up like housekeeping jobs like while I was still studying. You know, I started working in one hotel as a housekeeper, and then they didn't want me anymore. I Within weeks I got another one, but now it's so difficult for students to get even the cleaning jobs. So that's how difficult it is. Okay. Yeah, so I will encourage you to make sure you check things well, follow information about the happenings in Finland, um, do your research about the job market in Finland before you choose your program. So it is just doing your homework well and getting yourself ready to come here and face the challenge, okay? All right, so I hope this video was helpful to you, and I hope I didn't get things mixed up, okay? If you have any question, you can leave it in the comment section. I will do well to reply to your comments, and I know that there are so many amazing people in this community that always reply to comments. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye.